Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Kronorium, and today I want to talk about the zombie storyline. And I know I don't do this a whole lot, but I figured, hey, I have a nice little theory that I think will blow your mind. So as a lot of you guys have probably heard by now, NoJ456 did an interview with Jason Blundell a couple days ago, and when they were talking about the Kronorium and specifically the zombies timeline, something that Jason Blundell mentioned is the way that the Kronorium is read is to the experiences of the person that is reading it. So in short and simple terms, basically the Kronorium changes its contents based on who is reading it. And the piece of the Kronorium that we saw, which we know as the zombies timeline, was written from the point of view of Richtofen. Now, what I'm wondering is Treyarch ever going to release alternate timelines from the point of view of different characters? Now, this wouldn't just be limited to Takeo, Dempsey, and Nikolai, but it could be literally with any character that's important in the zombie storyline. Possibly Dr. Monty, Dr. Maxis would be a really interesting one, the Shadow Man. There's almost limitless possibilities as to what they could actually do with this if they actually want to pursue it. And this could actually do a lot of storytelling and clear up a lot of things in the timeline, because as of right now, we're not really sure if the other three characters have actually read the Kronorium, and if they haven't, this would be extremely interesting, because let's say, okay, it's a Nikolai entry, right, where it's his version of the timeline, it's the chronicles of his life, whatever it is, right? It basically tells us his life story, it tells us what he knows about the zombies storyline, and that could really clear up, okay, well, is Richtofen hiding things from the crew? Because we've always had little hints at that throughout Black Ops 3 that, okay, well, maybe Richtofen hasn't been telling the whole truth. We're not sure what his entire truth is at this point, obviously because Treyarch hasn't fully told us yet, but we're not sure how much the other three characters know, or if they're just trusting him in the fact of, okay, well, you've shown that you can kill yourself in an alternate timeline, and we're just going to trust you on this. We don't really know how much they exactly know about what's going on. Or even if we got an entry from Dr. Maxis, there's so much about Maxis that we don't actually know. We don't know what happened to Samantha after the events of Black Ops 1. We're not really too sure what happened with that whole thing. We're not sure how Richtofen actually got Maxis' soul somehow to the house. We're not sure if he actually does have a soul at this point. We really don't know what's going on with Dr. Maxis. He's shrouded in mystery at this point, especially because, okay, well, Dr. Maxis wasn't shown basically at all throughout Black Ops 3, and then all of a sudden he pops up in Revelations. It's like, okay, well, what happened here? Is there things that we don't know? Are we missing something here? We don't really know. So that would be extremely interesting, and that would be a great piece of storytelling on Treyarch's part if they decided, you know what, let's give you guys a couple of Kronorium excerpts from different point of views from different characters. Also, something that this could do if they were to actually put out these pages of the Kronorium from different points of view, whatever it is it could set up the events of Black Ops 4, World War II, whatever it ends up being. It could set up the timeline to fit into that little piece of the story, because the best way that they could possibly do this is they know the Kronorium has basically infinite knowledge, and they can slowly over time release little bits and pieces to us, maybe a third of a page, a half of a page, whatever it is from the Kronorium, and they can give us little tidbits that are going to set up the events that go on in Black Ops 4. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that they could do with the Kronorium. I would love to see alternate timelines from the point of views of different characters, or just setting up the events of the next game, maybe chronicling their life and experience, because there's so much that we don't know about our characters, backstories, just what's going on in the timeline, what knowledge they know. There's so much that we're actually missing, and I feel like the Kronorium could clear up a lot of that. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear it. Do you think they should do this? How do you think they're going to do it if they are going to? I'd really love to hear it. While you're down there, I'd appreciate a like. Subscribe if you guys are new around here, and turn on notifications because you're my daddy. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.